I have to admit, the first step is scary. We didn't know anything about being out in the wilderness. What did we know about being out there? We definitely didn't have everything planned out. But isn't that what adventure is? Years ago we got married. We figured this milestone was as good a time as any to plan a backpacking trip to the mountains. We looked at a lot of different places and kept coming back around to the Sierras in California. These were John Muir's mountains, and they were calling to us. The heaviest year of snowfall ever recorded pushed our plans further and further south. Places that were normally green and blooming were still feet deep in snow, and in some cases, inaccessible. A week before our flight, we settled on the Cottonwood Lakes, and they would end up exceeding all of our expectations. On the first full day of hiking, we climbed through the tree line and finally saw what we came here for. The feeling that you get when you're in the mountains is something that's hard to put into words. Their height towers over you, their strength is inspiring, and their stillness is powerful in a way that can freeze you in your tracks. There was still a lot of snow from the record-setting winter. We had to adjust our routes several times because some of the trails were simply impassable. The snow was melting more and more every day and flooding areas that were normally dry. The lakes were higher than some of them had ever been, and massive patches of snow covered the ground. Many of the established campsites were completely underwater or soggy and wet. We were able to find a spot right on the beach. We hiked up on that side over there. Right now our elevation is 10,600 feet. What we got to look at, it's just breathtaking. The beauty of being out there is that there are really only a few things on your mind. Water, food, walk, and sleep.
Pretty steep. You've done so well. We're doing fine.
The simplicity is refreshing. There's no 9-to-5 job. There's no social media, no cell phones. No one's trying to get your attention. It's just you and the next step, the next meal, the next water source and campsite. Keep moving forward, or don't.
Look at what we just did. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You're free to do what you want, go where you want, stay where you want, and leave when you want to. The trail pulls you along and takes you to new places. Places truly only few have been. Amazing places that you can't believe are real.
Rock.
Sometimes the trail asks you to do things that are hard, things that scare you, things that could put your life in danger. But be confident in yourself. Know your limits and stay within them if you want to, or push them. The trail also brings new people into your life. You can learn a lot from those you meet out there. Take the time to listen and walk with them. You're free. Experience this freedom to the fullest. The trail is long, and you are a pinball in the groove. In life, when we're moving, we're generally trying to get from one place to another as fast as possible, without minding what's in between. But when you're backpacking, the journey is the goal and the payoff.
I wanna go there someday. I know we're going somewhere.
You have to love the process, because the process is really what it's all about. You climb, you descend, you cross mountain passes, you wade through flooded fields, and you find shelter from the afternoon rain and hail. There's nothing else. You are out there in a place you don't currently belong, but somewhere you were always meant to be. This feels right. It's peaceful, quiet, slow, beautiful, lush, still, and full of life. We learned more about ourselves in this week-long walk through the mountains than we have while doing anything else. We are strong, we are courageous, we have endurance, we are peaceful, we are present, and we are alive.
I know we're going somewhere, into the danger zone.
You have to be confident and believe in yourself. If you don't try, you'll never know what you're capable of. I never would have dipped my feet in a lake at 10,000 feet. I never would have camped under 3,000-year-old trees. I never would have watched the sunset behind Mount Langley from the warmth of our tent. Or made coffee while I watched the sunrise over our temporary lake home. You have to try. You have to find out if you can. You have to try. What are you left with when something like this is over? What can you take back to the rest of your life? Being in the wilderness teaches you many things, and you experience life differently. It puts small things in their place and teaches you to focus on what really matters. For us, it proved a lot of things that we thought might be true about who we are. We left the John Muir Wilderness with a sense of accomplishment, more confidence than we expected, and a peace like neither of us had felt before. If you want to do something, you just need to take the first step. The first step is the hardest, and not always the most obvious. But if you don't take it, you'll never leave the place you are right now. We are blinded by fear, and fear thrives in inaction. Take the first step. See where it takes you when you choose to act, when you choose to do, and you too might find that you can do amazing things.
We made it.
You made it.
Oh my gosh.